The Joby GorillaPod is perfect for on-the-go filmmaking with a DSLR or mirrorless camera. Affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. So this first one is an article that I came across today. I saw this. I haven't read it yet. We're going to go through this together. But holy crap. Just that presumptuous ass headline. We're losing a whole generation of young men to video games. Really? Is it really that bad? Right? We're not losing a generation of young men to video games. And this is kind of funny too, because what they're essentially trying to say is that you know, men are the predominant, you know, players of games, right? You know that, because that's probably going to be in here somewhere. Keep in mind, you got people like Brianna Wu that are like 40, like now they're trying to claim that with mobile games, like it's like 52% women of all gamers are women, and you're going like, but see, this is going to demonize gamers. Right. This article written by Kyle Smith is one of those ones that's like going to lead to a whole slew of this kind of shit. And this isn't the first one, by the way. There was other studies that came out, I think, the other day, but this one in the New York Post caught my eye. So a picture of a kid here playing a Game Boy at a stand. That's an old thing. Shit. All right. So we're gonna just jump into this here because this will be a fun one. One night in the mid 1980s, I tried out a computer game called Civilization. You started with a screen that was completely black except for one square of land. As you pushed outward from the space, you'd make discoveries about the land around you and its inhabitants. You start to build a society, first primitive stuff like granaries, then advancing to roads and weapons. Trade-offs would arise. Should I build a library or a cannon? As your world advanced, you'd run into other civilizations. It was disconcerting to discover somebody else had a battleship while you were working with catapults. As I journeyed through these fascinating challenges, I discovered to my surprise that the sun had come up. Something had gone haywire with time. It was already 7 a.m. Yeah, many people out there have had nights like this. I myself have jumped in when Halo 3 launched. I played that thing till the crack of dawn, from midnight to the crack of dawn, passed out for like 3 hours, woke up and played it again for a solid, like, I think 14 hours, somewhere 12 to 14 hours. It was insane. Okay, this is not an uncommon thing here. This is not an uncommon action. A lot of people out there play video games and they lose themselves in it. And sometimes you want to lose yourself in it because it's just fun to do. There's nothing wrong with letting your mind escape, right? The same action that can be put into playing a video game can be argued for I don't know, binge watching a TV series or reading a fucking book. People get into shit and then they don't want to get out. And sometimes there's nothing wrong. Now, the guy goes on to say here, if you had asked me at any point in my relationship to Civilization whether I was happy, I would have said no. I was ecstatic. I was euphoric, making simulated granaries, building simulated roads, firing simulated cannons. These were my obsessions. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing inherently wrong with that whatsoever, right? It isn't. You are enjoying playing a game. You are enjoying playing this scenario. There's nothing wrong with that, provided the rest of your life didn't crumble to Civilization. And not to say that in some respects, like, you know, MMORPGs haven't kind of led to that with some people. You're fine. So again, the start off of this is, I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to start this article off by saying like, I was so obsessed with this game, it destroyed my life. But let's be fair. You're right for the fucking New York Post. It probably didn't. Now he goes on to say, after a while I realized becoming a master of the fake world was not worth the dozens of hours a month it was costing me. And with profound regret, I stashed my floppy disk of Civilization in a box and pushed it deep in my closet. I hope I never get addicted to anything like Civilization ever again. Okay, let's translate that. Mommy got mad at you for playing too much, so she made you put it away and told you you're becoming addicted to it. And therefore you're like, I gotta stop. I can't do this anymore. I just can't fucking do this. It's not good. That's a load of shit. I think you fucking know it. Today, millions of people, disproportionately young men, are similarly caught in the throes of video games, which are far more enticing than their 1990s counterparts and often involve many players engaging at once. The hand-eye coordination of these men is no doubt impressive, plus they form friendships and learn to work through problems in teams. Okay, so if Kyle here, and he's gonna do what I think he's gonna do, but if this is funny, because for one, playing a video game now is no more addictive than it was back in the 1990s. It's all stimulation. All right, you find that fun 10 seconds and you repeat it. Or fun 30 seconds and you repeat it. That's what Bungie used to say. Games like Civilization back on the PC back in the day, or games like Syndicate, or shit, if you want to go back like to you know, older MMOs like Asheron's Call, or anything like that. There are games in every genre and every type of console or PC or whatever that can be that level of addicting. You ever seen Madden players? They're nuts, but they love what they love. Now but I love it though too. It's like, oh, but their hand-eye coordination is fantastic. They form friendships, therefore they bond, and they problem solve. But apparently the problem is coming. Oh, the scourge of gaming is coming. Surveys tell us that these men are happy. The 1990s fear that playing first-person shooter games turned into a violent psycho has been debunked. Yeah, which basically can tell you that the rest of what you're going to say here can also equally be as debunked. If games don't make you violent shooters or violent psychopaths, they don't make you fucking misogynists, and they don't cause whatever fuck else you're going to say here. I'm just putting that out there right now. It says here, the problem is that for many young men, video games have become a substitute for living. They're so addicted and soul-consuming that they're unlike other leisure activities. Every hour spent on Ghost Recon or Grand Theft Auto 5 is an hour that could have been spent more productively. Okay, fuck you, Kyle Smith of the New York Post. How dare you? How dare you, motherfucker? Tell me what is or is not productive. I'm speaking only from my own goddamn experience here. I run a multitude of YouTube channels. I work 7 days a week at my job. I've been able to afford a house, afford a car, afford decent vacations every once in a while, trips to conventions I want to go to, things that I like to do. I can afford because of this job. And I play video games as a way to relax, as a way to unwind, as a way to connect with my friends, because I'm always working towards my end goal. I'm always being productive in my own job. So I want a little bit of me time, and you're telling me, well, it's an hour that could have been spent being more productive. Eat a dick. Sure, that's also true of golf, but rarely do you hear someone has quit their job and is living in mom's basement obsessing over putting. Yeah, but you're more likely to hear that somebody quit their job and is playing video games and making a fucking living at it. See, what this tells me right here, just that one statement right there, is that this motherfucker is jelly as shit over PewDiePie. No, I'm serious. Like, this guy right here is jealous as hell over PewDiePie. And the reason why he's jealous as hell over PewDiePie is because that comment right there. Oh, living in his mother's basement making money on the video games. Fuck you. Jesus Christ, eat a dick. Just eat a fat fucking New York cock, you asshole. Like, this is jealousy. This is Wall Street Journal all over again right here. Demonizing not just YouTubers, but gamers, right? It's the gamers are dead shit we saw from nearly 3 years ago, and it didn't end well from any of those chuckle fucks involved, and it won't end well here, right? Video games have become a substitute for living. No, they've become a substantial living for some. They have become a way for those who are able to make it their full-time job, to enable them to travel the world, to go to different studios and visit with developers and interview them about their games. They get to go to conventions and meet their fans around the world. For a growing number of these people, they have been able to turn it into a career, right? Those who can't teach, and those who can't play video games for a living bitch about it on the New York fucking Post. Seriously. Yet video game addicts are engaged in a mass retreat from life. Men aged 21 to 30 worked 12% fewer hours in 2015 than 2000. Okay, let's just look. I don't have the exact statistics for this, but let's break that down. From 2000 to 2015, how many jobs have been moved overseas, right? How many jobs have become automated? How many times have we seen that men in that age range don't have a viable career choice that was once viable to them pre-2000, right? Why are we seeing 2 out of every 3 college graduates and even college students in some cases are women? Women are entering in the workforce in a massive move, which is not bad at all. And men are having, in some respects, harder time finding positions to fill. And so when they're told by the feminist media, by the left-leaning media, that they're worthless, they're shitty, they're subhuman pieces of garbage, they turn to something that might, I don't know, make them not feel like pieces of shit. That they're always told they're pieces of shit. And that would be maybe something like video games. In which case, a few of them have been able to sit there and turn it into a viable career. That's what we're seeing here, Kyle. There is a paradigm shift in our society, and you're sitting there trying to blame video games for the downfall of young men, similar to how parents blamed rock music for their children engaged in activities they didn't approve of, for their teenagers engaged in, like, you know, pelvis pumping. That's what I'm getting to here. That guy's full of shit. The percent of young men who worked 0 weeks over the course of a year doubled in that period to an alarming 15%. Those working hours were largely replaced by gaming. A full 35% of young men now live with their parents or close relatives, up 23% from 2000. Their unemployment rate jumped by 10%. And all that goes back to what I said. The jobs aren't there. It's not that they're entitled. It's not that they're lazy. The jobs aren't there. We're finding more in terms of administrative work that's being filled right now in the job landscape. Right? We're seeing more of that, but we're not seeing a lot of industry trade jobs because those have gone the fuck overseas. Right? If we started reinvesting in our infrastructure, like someone who is, I'm not going to say his name, but currently lives 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, says he wanted to do, and not build a fucking wall, then maybe there might be a way for jobs to come back, right? Fine. Stop giving tax credits to companies that are able to find the loophole Bain Capital to outsource jobs overseas. That's a way to do it. When you have a working class of people that have nothing to do, they're going to do something to fucking fill the void. And it just so happens that video games have a cheap buy-in and they provide a lot of, well, distraction from their already shitty life. What I love about this is Kyle is trying to demonize men. He's trying to demonize young men who play video games. You're the scourge on the world. You suckle at the teat of your family. There's no fucking work, you fucking dick. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm on a tirade on that one. A huge proportion of young men are simply dropping out of the workforce. God, there's no fucking workforce. That's the problem, you piece of shit. And becoming PlayStation's willing... Oh my fucking God. The numbers are in the National Bureau of Economic Research study and in an essay by economist Eric Hurst of the Booth School of Economics at the University of Chicago. Should we dismiss all of this if these men say they're happy? Heroin addicts are happy too, as long as they're high. But what long-term effects do they face? Consider what future holds for men whose 20s get sucked away in the maw of Xbox. The 20s are when we pick and begin to master a career. Okay. No, I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's a fair argument to be made there. I spent a lot of time in my 20s playing video games. I also managed a movie theater. I put myself through film school. I moved to Hollywood. And then I didn't start my channel until I was 30. Now I'm 35. I own a home and I run a successful small business. Fuck you for trying to diminish the time I spent having fun with my friends when I was in my 20s. Kyle, are you one of those types that's like, if you're not out there, you know, like just pounding gash every weekend, you're not getting the most out of life, right? Never mind the fact that, like, I'm just using me as an example. Every year I went to Comic-Con for free. I go to E3 for free. I travel around, go to conventions I want to go to, see things I want to go see, enjoy my time with my friends. And a lot of it did revolve around movies and video games because it's something I'm passionate about. And here, clearly you work for the New York Post, writing this kind of garbage. I work from home. I'm in my underwear right now. It's fantastic. I love it. So no, don't tell me that I wasted my time doing something. Don't tell me none of that shit. Because you don't fucking know. You might have gotten addicted to civilization when you were in the fucking 90s. Maybe. But you're using it now as a crutch. A crutch to back up your pointless, baseless bullshit claims that we're losing a generation of young men to video games, but not not shining a spotlight on the problem of there literally not being jobs in that regard. You're not talking about a solution to the problem. You're trying to scapegoat an entertainment medium because you probably hate what you do. That's okay. Maybe one day you'll start a YouTube channel and eventually work for yourself. You might like it. Sorry, it's really pissing me off. Okay, if these men intended to start their lives at 30, they're going to find themselves at a huge disadvantage. They're not. They're going to be sullen when told to start at the bottom when their peers they knew in school are already in management positions. Again, that's not going to happen. I'm sure in some cases it might. Fine, let's be fair. In some cases it might. But for the most part, it is not going to happen. And the reason why is because people can adapt. People can change. You assume that people spend all their time playing video games and they do nothing else. They have no drive. They have no ambition. And that is not video games' fault. That is a societal fault. One of the things I'm going to do, because I'm about to be a dad, is I'm going to teach my kid as young as they can be to always want to follow their dreams and to follow through on those dreams. Because I have stumbled and I have fallen in a multitude of ways, but I've always kept going. But I've still always been able to rely on my Xbox, my Nintendo, my PlayStation, my PC, my phone, my Game Boy, my DS, my 3DS, my PlayStation Portable, my PlayStation Vita, to get me through times when I'm just needing that escape. Because when you start looking at the weight of the world and the way that someone like Kyle here is pushing it, it really does fuck with you. And when that happens, you don't want to continue going on because Kyle isn't encouraging you to go on. He's not telling you to follow your bliss, but at the same time, have me time. He's telling you to be shamed and guilted by your preferred hobby. If Kyle had his way, we'd all masturbate in fucking secrecy and just never talk about it. Well, I mean, to be fair, we probably should do that anyway. But the point I'm trying to get here is that he's a dick. Kyle's a dick. That pisses me off. Sorry. Okay. Maybe they'll turn down work and pick up the gaming remote. Maybe they'll drift towards their 40s without ever really launching. Women usually don't go for men who are less successful than they are. So gaming is going to cause a surge of dissatisfaction amongst both members of both sexes. Unemployed or underemployed, men residing at Casa de la Mama, whose major life skill involves pretending shoot-em-ups, are not going to impress many ladies. Accomplished women are going to discover the competition for male peers even tougher than it is today, when there are about 3 women for every 2 men enrolled in college. Again, I brought that up earlier, right? You have almost 2/3, you have a larger percentage of women than men in college. Now, what men should be doing is looking into trades and following the careers that way, because that's where they might have better luck. But at the same time, the society we find ourselves in terms of jobs and marketability and all that jazz, very much treats us like we're, like there's not much there, as I'm trying to say. And that's what fucks with you. Happiness is not to be confused with the fleeting pleasures delivered by artificial drug-like stimulants. Genuine life satisfaction is closely linked to the feelings of productivity we derive from doing jobs well and to the security of enduring close relationships, especially, oh my God. Is this a Christian magazine? Is especially marriage? Kyle, we have like a 52% divorce rate in this country. I'm in a long-term 8.5-year relationship with my girlfriend. We just bought a home. We're just having a kid. We were feeling it out for a while. We're good. Marriage is not in my worldview right now. And that's not to say that I'm trying to diminish my relationship with my woman. It's not that at all. It's why Facebook's not broken, really. But Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. You fucking asshole. Especially marriage. Fuck you. Gamer zombie. Jesus fuck me Christ. Gamer zombies risk losing touch with both the world of work and with potential for real human relationships the parents and friends of these young men are doing them no favors by thinking, I never see him anymore, but he seems happy. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure your family thinks that because you're such a self-serving, pompous asshole. There are relationships I have forged through gaming that have gotten me through some of like the worst times in my life. They have gotten me through moments when I just needed someone to talk to and they were there. And you can have intimacy in a friendship without there being the physical person that is there. That is obtainable. But your puritanical belief structure about what constitutes relationships, and especially marriage, in order to make a person happy? Please take a long walk off a short pier, you simple-minded fuck. This is ridiculous propagandist bullshit. And I'm fucking angry. I'm angry at this shit because it's so goddamn stupid. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. If you guys liked it, be sure to toss it a thumbs up, slap on that subscribe because I post new content pretty much every single day. Also, live streams 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Sunday through Wednesday, and probably some extra days in between. If you guys want to support the channel, check out the Amazon affiliate link that was posted in the beginning, Patreon, PayPal, anything really helps out right now. But regardless, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here. I'll see you later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.